gotta let it happen. Let it happen, let it happen. Yeah, you gotta let it happen. Let it happen, let it happen. If you have arrived here, you are well off the beaten path. My name is Rich. I am a nobody. My empty shelves. There's not many. I got 1, 2-ish. The way we got in the background. Cabana, dude. You guys remember when this came out? People hate this set so much. There's some good cards in there. And then got original, I don't think you can see it on the camera here. Original Jumpstart here. Really old stuff. Been holding on to it for a while. So I figured I'd make a video where my phone gets to sit on my chair and I sit on the floor. Sometimes we have to switch roles and just give the comfort to something else, right? I saw a short this morning of a debate about politics, governments, and, what's the best path forward. And it got pretty heated, of course, because it's on the internet and we need to make it heated so that people are interested, and then people can get emotional with each other and start fighting with each other, which creates war, hate, murder, and this is where we're at, It's by the way, this is about trading cards, so it got me thinking. This is a very random video that is going to get lost in time. Nobody watches me. Nobody cares. It's absolutely fine. I am not upset about it. Frankly, I'm pretty happy to make a video like this when nobody's watching me. I've been just kind of watching how the world is transpiring, unfolding, whatever word you want to use, with just how on edge people are. And, it's always been like that, but I do want to say that going through 2020 and the years after has really fueled a lot of people's emotions. In this video that I was watching, it was just, I have someone in my family that has gone to debate class, and I was like, man, like, what is debate class? I've never done a debate class. I'm not someone who's gone to school to be a lawyer or whatever. It just, but there is a family member that has done that. And so I decided to take interest in it. When I hear about something, I just look into it for a little bit. Maybe it catches on, maybe it doesn't. We're all human. Debate's really interesting. And the way that it's been created is, to be able to release your emotions, to be able to release what you believe in, and to try and get the other person and other people around you to believe what you believe. In that aspect, it can be successful. The problem, though, I would say, is the way that it's been tainted. I mean, look at the presidential debates. Like, everybody is just like watching these two people give each other the lowest, just most immature of blows. It's like, that's not debate. It's just like a couple of kids fighting on the playground, And you look at this, and this is the style that has been adopted by people. This is what we say is like what needs to happen in the world, where we just force our beliefs on each other, put each other down, and we call it in the name of debate, or this is how you do it. I look at all this and I'm like, man, like, how did we get here? This is why I'm bringing this up. It's going to be a very quiet video no one cares about, and then we move on. Lately, I've been getting a lot of pressure and noticing a lot of emotions from people that are close to me, from like friends and family. I think that's a good, safe blanket way of putting it. And lately, I brought up something and I was joking and it blew up in my face because it's attached to somebody that is attached to the political world. I'm being very vague with this. It was you just gotta believe me. This comment that I made was very innocent, okay? And it blew up in my face. And then the next day, one of my friends or family members decided to continue the barrage of letting me know what they believe in. And the hilarious part, I really don't think this part of the world watches my videos, so I'm just going to throw it out there. The hilarious part is that they were wrong. But we're not going to go into that. At least I think they were wrong. We all have algorithms that are pushed to us through the internet. That's how we find a lot of our answers. Maybe my algorithm is off, just like every other fucking person in this world. And it really, it got me sitting back, and I started really thinking about my interactions with this one person and a lot of people, that are close to me. I'm like, okay, we all see the world through our own eyes. We all see like what we believe in. We drive towards some kind of like direction, and I think the thing that we forget as humans is just how other people view us. In the end, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just saw how they viewed me. That's all. And it really blew me away because I genuinely think like I'm a good person. I genuinely think I've done great things in life. I have traveled, the ridiculous people I've met, I don't know how you want to say it, I know not everybody's religious, but the godly things that happen in our lives, when the force comes in and something happens that's so beautiful and it just reminds you, it doesn't come all the time every day, but it reminds you that you're on the right path or you're doing something right, And of course we go through devastating times and hard things and we beat ourselves up or, whatever everyone does out there. But I genuinely think I've lived a beautiful life with beautiful things and that I've just learned so much. And that's something that like I'll play, this is why it's a video that I don't want a lot of people to see, but I will play dumb in front of people on purpose. Now, there's a problem with that because a lot of people will put you down, look down upon you, things like that. But I personally like pick and choose certain parts of my life to throw it out there in front of people to make myself look like an idiot. And the only reason why I do that is because I want people to take their walls down around me. If you seem smart, anybody out there that has ill doing or gets emotional or, anything abrasive that could happen with them, if you seem smart, they're going to put up walls or defenses in order to like navigate the conversation with you. And So by playing dumb, a lot of people bring their walls down. And the problem that I have with that is that sometimes it gets a little too much and and I don't want to play dumb anymore. And those are weird moments. But that's why I do that. And the the reason why I'm bringing this up is I would rather look dumb so that people don't pay attention to me. But also, it can receive hate at some point, which is hard to take in. And then you end up starting to battle yourself. It's a whole thing. Um, but with this one person, this barrage of stuff that came at me just opened up this whole void about how this person views me. And they're pretty closely connected to me. And then I started realizing the close connection, how they view me, and how they talk about me behind the scenes. And it's so crazy because I wish I could like shake this person and say, like, you're wrong about me, you know? But then again, it's a victim mentality. It is what it is. We're all confused. We're all wrong as humans, and we're wrong about each other. But then I see this short of, I'm not going to say who it is. It's a big name YouTuber out there. And then they're talking with someone else about politics. And they're treating them like an idiot. Now, I get it. You know, if you're with someone that wants to do evil doing or is completely wrong about something, you got to change their mind, you know? But at the same time, like, it's just so forceful how they did it. Like, I'm better than you. Which, in a way, in my opinion, if that's the direction you're taking, then you are ultimately wrong. It doesn't matter how right you are. If you're forcing yourself to be above somebody else, you are automatically wrong. Did I say it loud enough? And I get it with YouTube, social media, we're getting the clicks. Let's Jones this thing all the way to the freaking end. You know, it's all about the emotion. It's about the clicks, whether we're lying or not. It's just, we want views, monetization. Do we want monetization? Do I? No. Steve! Steve! Why are we monetized? What is my life? My life is this. It's empty. I had boxes here that I sold. Why? Because this is part of my plan in life. The emptiness is my plan in life. Do you want to know what was here? We had Strixhaven, Adventures Forgotten Realms. It's gone. My cost basis on these are so low, and they went high, and I sold them. I'm not some crazy millionaire that's going to sit here and just accumulate millions of dollars of stuff, right? Like I'm in the building phase. And I look like an idiot. I work all the time. I'm not spending much time with like family or friends. I barely hang out with anybody out in the middle of freaking nowhere here. I just like, I live a very quiet life. Look at my views on YouTube. Like, I am a nobody. I'm a nobody. And I sit here and I'm like what, you know, I've been grinding. I have been grinding and trying to build, and I'm doing things all the wrong way. Like I'm learning as we go here. And I'm building and grinding for what reason? So that I can come out here and just like make fun of you all and tell you I'm better than you? Because I bought these at $80 and sold them for over 200? No. I'm just building a life that gets me, at least slightly beyond inflation. I'm not going to tell you that I make crazy gains or anything. When you really weed out the numbers, it's not as much as you think you think it is. It's okay. We're just outpacing inflation, and I'd like to create something for family, friends, whatever, which in turn is not a selfish reason, but a selfless reason. And it's funny because I'm going to be bludgeoned the whole way down. That's the most hilarious thing, because it doesn't look the way someone wants it to look. I make jokes about my lifestyle. I make jokes about me. Like when people tell me what I do, I just give some like fugazi answer that has to do with what I'm doing, but is like, it sounds silly. I purposely push people away because I don't have time for that shit. I just don't. I will straight shut it down. I will straight leave you in life if you are just not serving me any good. It's that simple. Like, my time is just so much more important than when I was younger. And I'm really, really just trying hard to sacrifice in order to create for other people. But the process, what it looks like, it's just made fun of the whole way. No one cares. No one cares about like me or like my views or what I want to do in life. People care about themselves. And that's why this whole journey is beautiful, because this whole space here that you can only see an empty part of is just, there's so many avenues. If you want to open products and sell singles, eventually it will start working. If you want to hold on to products for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years, eventually it will start working. But you have to go through the drive, and that's the piece that people are missing, because people would rather just take care of themselves, live a life of comfort, go buy that jet ski, go on that trip. You know what? Let's do a trip every weekend so that when I die, I have a lot of memories. That is absolutely fine. You want to do that? Congratulations. Have fun. I am choosing to be boring as shit, to sacrifice and look like a moron, while the other person has fun and looks great. And the reason for that is because I have a certain set of, goals or whatever, and I like the building of resilience. I like the wealth of knowledge and financial wealth. This is why I do this. Eventually, it goes away. Now, I'll probably enter some phase in my life where I look badass and I can show you my wall of crap out here. But you have to build it. You have to grind. And, I was sitting here thinking about this. Right after I saw that video, it just blew up everything. I'm just like, why am I watching other YouTubers? Of course, we should, keep tabs on the world and understand other people and things like that. But like, you're just filling your head with someone else's knowledge and you're not doing it yourself. We are in the greatest time of analysis paralysis ever because there are so many voices speaking to us. All it causes us to do is literally sit around, just keep listening to them, not take action, and just get emotional about the whole thing. It's crazy. This world is just trending so much closer to absolute disaster than we ever were. And in 10 years, we'll be even closer, 50 years. Yeah. I had a message on one of my videos from someone who watches me. And I know they're going to see this. Who said, because I was talking about certain collector boxes out there. And I guess they didn't take action. And then later, they sent a comment that said, now I missed it because it's gone up. Yeah, that's exactly what we all learn. We all learn that. Because there are not that many people who thrive and live in the down in the dumps, right? And I'm not saying just crash it all, sell your house, leave your apartment and live on the street. You don't have to go extreme, okay? Maybe you've been there. I've been there. We don't have to go that extreme if we have more than that now. But what is down in the dumps right now? I mean, look at some of these Pokemon products. Like Chaos Rising or Perfect Order. I mean, I have a feeling more of these videos are going to be coming out from me about this stuff because it's down in the dumps. It's at a price that if you're interested in this hobby should be interesting to you. The problem is that it's interesting when it goes up. People are interested when it's interesting, but they're not interested when it's not interesting. And those that are interested when it's not interesting will be more interesting when it is interesting. If that made sense. Right? And then the crazy thing about that, let's say, for example, I decide to buy 100 Chaos Rising booster boxes. Well, right now, everyone would make fun of me. And I would be the laughing stock, right? But years from now, when it all goes up, everyone looks at me like I'm the hero. Like the one person that views me, It's just, it's so hilarious. Like the beating you take. Because everyone's right and everybody has the answer. Until they realize that you do. This isn't about being flashy. This channel is not about that. I mean, frankly, I don't even know if I'm even helping anybody out there. I don't even know if if my words are coming across. I probably look like an idiot on YouTube. I'm the only one out there that has a handful of subscribers. Everybody else apparently is at 20, 50, 100,000. I listen to YouTubers talking about when they were small with 50 subscribers. I mean, that's not me. So what's smaller than small, But it's not about that. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I don't need to prove myself. I'm just on this journey and I'm going to end up somewhere and no one fucking cares what I do. And everybody's got an opinion on it. Look, one day I'm going to die and every single person in this planet is going to completely forget about me probably 1 to 2 years into my death and not give a shit about me. Okay, let's say I got famous. Well, everybody will talk about me for the next 20, 50 years. Is that a different scenario? No one fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares. So I might as well choose a path that I want to choose, regardless of who judges me or who has anything to say about my life. I'm going to keep pushing forward. And with this whole thing about how I act like an idiot in front of people, I'm okay getting put down. I've been put down all my life. I'm the one noticing the growth. My very close family, my loved one, she sees the growth. I don't really need to prove anything else to anybody else. In these videos, sometimes there'll be boxes in the background, sometimes there won't. It's just this process that I'm going through. Am I looking to be the next crazy hot millionaire, billionaire? No. I'm just going through my process. I kind of wish I held on to some of this stuff. But then again, like you think about it and you're like, is that really what I'm doing? I had a big problem when I first started investing where I would just hold on to stuff. Like the point is that it goes up in value. But if you just hold it and you have nothing to fall back on, no systems in place if anything happens, like what if you walk outside and you just like die the next day? I mean, all your stuff will just disappear. Like there's a whole point to this. There's a whole life that I'm building. And no one sees it. That's kind of why I did this video. So I can look back on this years later and just say, dang, like, look at where I'm at now. But you have to try. You have to try. And I know in my last video, I said, you're not going to hear me talking about certain like sets and say, I mean, of course you're going to hear me talking about certain sets. The point I was trying to make is like, it's not about the certain sets. It's not about what you feel about it. It's not about how you care about it. It's not about what you think about it. It's about the data. And you use the data to prosper off of it. Whether that's a small amount or a big amount, it should not matter. What should matter is what you care about in your own life. If this is a space you want to go into, this is what you need to learn. And you learn by doing, not by listening to all the jargon that's out in the world. And you live your own life. People are not staying in their own lane. It's like fucking bumper cars out on the highway and everybody's smashing into each other trying to push them off the highway. It is insane. I am so glad I don't live in some massive city like New York. Blow my freaking mind. I would just recluse into my apartment. Just like, nah. No. And, man, the times we live in are so dangerous. Stay in your own lane. Push forward, work hard, learn to drive, learn all the things, right? I heard this fact out there that a lot of people out there think that they are the best drivers. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some people that are down in the dumps on it, but they think they're really good drivers. And the only reason for that, in my opinion, is because you drive like every day. Almost every day. Maybe you don't have a car out there. Okay, whatever. But most people drive like every single that's why gas prices go up, because we use gas, right? You can blame politics or war or whatever you want. The reason why gas prices are going up is because we all fucking buy it. We need it. If you do something consistently every single day, you'll get good at it. You'll learn trends. You'll get certain things. You'll get them right. You'll get them wrong. And then eventually you get more right. And then weird shit starts happening later down the road, which makes you kind of feel like a master a little bit. And then as you keep going further and you keep taking the beatings of just sacrifice and learning and just hard work and not like going around flaunting your shit around and fucking hanging around in the bars or going to like some fancy place. Yeah, I was in Chile and everybody on Facebook's like, ah, you're so awesome. And you're like, yeah, I feel good. I feel good about myself. No. The process of true beauty involves strife. Yes, get out there, hang out with people, go on adventures, go traveling. I'm not against that kind of shit. It's just that people are expecting that you have to do that constantly. And they come up with stupid terms like, find balance in life. Oh, I'm balanced. I work this much and then I play this much. Oh, there's no fucking such thing. My balance right now is that I'm getting beat to shit for years in order to relax a little bit later. There's my balance. I have literally stopped talking to family and friends. I probably should do a little more of that, but it's a grind. I am grinding so hard right now. And anything away from that grind feels like I'm taking away from myself. It's crazy. It's a whole mental thing. But we need to grind. You sprint at first so you can walk later. The typical thing you hear when getting part of an MLM. Sprint at first so you can walk later. Because heavens no, you're not going to want to sprint when you're 70. Last thing, this video's gone on way too long. I used to, when I was younger, live with someone that lived a wild life. And they never really had a big job, pension, things like that, 401k, all this kind of stuff. And they lived a very wild life. When I was younger, I was a little wilder myself. So we'll just leave it at that. And I lived with this person and they were getting Social Security checks, right? No pension, nothing. Social Security was damn fucking $800 fucking dollars a month for them. And they were retired. And just the things that they would do just to get extra money here and there. It is disrespectful what this nation does to older people. And people don't realize that until they're there. Imagine trying to live every single one of your months of your life for let's say you make it to 95. Let's say you retire at 65. That's 30 years of dealing with getting only $800 a month. I mean, I'm sure it's more now, but I remember seeing the increase and it's just disrespectful. What are we at? 900 now? Trying to pay for rent, food, your lifestyle off of $800 a month is really, really hard. You will go through such a miserable, devastating time if you fuck around in life and think you're hot shit. Now, of course, there are people out there that have been given more than other people. We understand that. But in the end, it's the same. You know, I did the numbers. Let's say I was handed, I worked some job. They loved me. They thought I was badass. And they hand me a briefcase of like $1 million when I retire. In cash. Tax-free. And I was like, okay, I don't invest it, nothing. I stick it in the bank and I'm like, I'm going to live off of that. And I was like, basic living expenses, food, inflation over 30 years, and like all this stuff that you can think of, just the basic living and health cost from 65 to 95. $1 million will bring me to the doorstep of 95. And then I'm done. You have to have systems in place that create growth, or you will be more miserable than ever. Your emotions will never go away. You will keep pointing the finger and blaming other people for your problems, and you will keep diving yourself deeper and deeper into the muddy fucking pit of doom and gloom. Are you hearing me? Find your own way, whether it's trading cards or whatever the hell else you're into. And work your way to get somewhere. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall flat on your face. But you got to keep moving to make it to the end. It's that willpower. And you don't have to sit and study books and stuff. Just being a part of it will teach you over time. Whether that's slower or faster, nobody fucking cares. I'm trying to eliminate all this shit that comes up through this whole process with other people. We're like bumper cars bumping into each other. Let it be. Go sit in the fucking corner of your bumper car. Everyone will make fun of you for fucking paying for that bumper car and not bumping anybody. Everybody's going to be bumping into you. You're going to be a target. But the moment that ends when everybody's all screwed up from bumping into each other and you're sitting there and you're like, I've just been in the corner, you know? Those are beautiful moments. Those are beautiful moments in a beautiful space. Anyways, these are still going up a little bit, just not where I want them to be, so they can sit there. Finally. Finally. I had way more than this. It's been diminishing over time. This was the one that I went heaviest into, was original Jumpstart. It's going up. I just wanted to make this video that's overly long about me, my process, one of the sections of my process, and man, this is going to be fun to look at 5 years from now. Enjoy your day.